is ready, done, ready, and ako tayari kutupasha.
Siwapashi kwach. Huh? Siwapashi.
No, it's just, you know, you're lucky to be sitting with one of the Maheshes who still have people's favor in this country.
I don't think
He's still one of the most loved people in this country.
I don't think we would be able to have anyone who did vote no, by the way. Let me just tell you. I think they will come down here, and they have made it very clear on social media. I think 2 weeks ago we had Kazini Kusini. What is his name? Remind me.
Kasmuel.
Yes. Wewe ilileta shida. Ilileta shida. Wakasema alikuwa amejifanya sijui nini imefanyika. He was not kidnapped. Why would we have people who are not true to the revolution? I said, you know what? I hear you. So please send me your questions at the Trend Live. The hashtag is here. Amina Kwach is here to read your questions and your comments. Well, as he's already said, we have Honorable Peter SALASYA with us in studio, Member of Parliament, Mumias East, one of the few legislators in the country, Venyatunika amesema, who people still love, sijui ukutaendaje, mimi sijui, no one can know. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling? There's a lot going on. The climate yenye kwa interest hii politically intense. Wewe unasikiaje?
First of all, politically imeleta a lot of dynamics happening in Kenya. But if you are on the right direction, and that is why it's always good to listen to the people who represents you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you want to go ahead of your people, unapata kama inaleta shida. Lakini from where I sit and the decisions that I make or I made, mimi naona siko mbaya. That's why I'm able to go and have fun with the people. They are happy. I'm able to go to the constituency.
Yeah.
I'm able to walk because people, they are happy. They are able to see how I made my decision during the voting and even the work on the ground. It doesn't just come alone na kusema like, yeah.
Kuna vitu mingi pia ukufanya.
Yeah.
Hiyo siku watu wakiocupy parliament, I saw you outside demonstrating, I remember, right before. Alafu ulienda wapi? Uliweza tu kuwa na watu, wewe ulitoka tu vizuri ukatembea au sikuwa na escape route na escape plan yako?
By the way, ilikuwa tricky because me I won those MPs wenye walikuwa wamevote yes. Nikamwambia nyinyi mmevote yes, bado mko hapa na mnaona vijana ndio hao wanafika hapa.
Na walikuwa wanasema nini? Wanadharau?
Sasa wananiangalia. Nikamwambia mtaona, mtakimbia. I told them mtakimbia. Isi ndio hao wanangangana kufika hapa.
Yeah.
Na wewe umeketi, yani unaona moto inafika.
Na unakaa.
Na unakaa.
Watu
watakimbia.
Watu wanakula, wako huko. Wanakula.
Wanakula tia, wewe niambie mtu amekula tia gas kuanzia asubuhi.
Yeah.
Akitarget like lazima nifike pale niakilishe. Wewe niambie sasa kama wewe na wewe umepata kwamba wewe umevote yes. You see and for me I warned members of parliament earlier. Nikamwambia don't try ever joke around with the emotions of Kenyans. Because you know, like I think there were like somebody who tried to look at that finance bill was trying to check on the minds, to play with the minds of the people. Let us bring this, we remove, and then we proceed. But never know that they were playing with the hot potato.
Yes.
Sometimes unacheza na ikuchome na utairusha chini. So, and I told them that let us not try to move around with the minds of the Kenyans. And that's why I told them that we should not be... But generally, what I can just say, Parliament is not bad, right? But there is a problem somewhere. And I think maybe Kenyans are watching. Members of Parliament, they have a lot of work. If you compare the senator, the MP, the MCA, the MPs, they have a lot of work because they are the closest people on the ground. And I want to say this without fear, that members of Parliament, the Parliament it's just like this thing of why do we have the CDF? We need to ask ourselves, why do we have the CDF? And that is a question that many people are asking, are conversing.
Yep.
Why do we have the CDF?
Yes.
Number one, the purpose of this having the CDF was to try to create the independence, to bring independence in the National Assembly, because you know that the three arms of government, kuna ile executive, kuna ile legislature, na kuna judiciary. So here the legislature is meant to oversight the executive. So if you are there, because now wale the developers of the constitution, walijua like if you can be able to stand firm and speak the truth about what is needed to be done. Maybe you are trying to check on various ministries, right? Like, for example, if you have seen there is a corruption, maybe in the Ministry of Interior or the Ministry of Agriculture or wherever, whichever the area, then that person might decide that it doesn't want to have development in your area that you represent. And that is why now they say that let us bring the CDF, that even if when you oversight, but you can still also serve the interest of your people. You can still build classrooms. You can still pay bursaries for your children, the vulnerable children from your constituency. And because you find like the work of the CDF is to coordinate mambo ya national government.
Yeah.
And that's why it is the way you just had the president last when he was saying that he doesn't expect to see the public servants or the state officers to engage into the harambes. Is the same way that also he should tell that the thing of parading members of parliament into the state house, that is where there is a problem. And that is why I say that last when I was talking to the people on the space, I said that some members, before they went to the state house, they knew that they said they had made up their minds that they are going to vote against the finance bill or that whatever, right? But now after going there, they changed the narrative. So the problem is not the parliament. The problem is about, let us also try allow the issue of
mimi naona ni kama una attack ukidefend because you can't say the issue is not parliament, but parliament is made up of parliamentarians. Who are the issues? Now I'm coming to the point. I'm now coming to the point. Even if we say that today we want to dissolve the parliament without going on the root cause of all the problems, right? Yeah. Then we still get there because msitu ni ule ule. And that is why we should make it clear that the executive, there should be no any single day of having a PG in the State House. We should, and this is the best moment to have a referendum. This is the best moment to have a constitutional amendment on key issues because it has opened a Pandora's box or whatever, whereby now we are able to see these are where the leakages are. And I also want to say the parliament, because we make our own, we are in different committees. But we also have at our level of committees, we are able to do our work. But now when it reaches on the level of, it's just like this story of Linturi. When me I'm in that committee of agriculture. Nikiwa kwa committee of agriculture, tulitembea yenyewe tukaona there is a problem. There was fake fertilizer. We worked in all across the board. But now, when we had a report, when you bring this report, the information comes from the above that this, you see, so that is why I'm saying that. This is what, Ujamalizia your sentence. The report came.
The report comes.
There's nothing wrong.
Now, the report comes and you see how they corrupted everything.
Okay.
When even as we really wanted to have the maneno Linturi hii. Unajua ndio imefuel hii maneno hii yote because they saw that there is a problem. But no action was not taken. So hii fuel hii ya maneno ambayo unaona this whatever happening today. Ija happen tu kwa sababu but Kenyans are bitter. right? They are just bitter.
They've been bitter for a while.
They have been bitter for a while.
Ndio hata wewe uweze kuenda ukachukue kiti,
yes,
ni kwa sababu muliona mnatengwa kando.
Yes.
Sio mko na wanasiasa, but are you really being represented? Because you're not feeling the impact
yes,
on the ground, right? One of the main issues we have is corruption, and there are very many corrupt individuals who are in government. Hiyo kwanza tuanzie tu hapo. Alafu tukitoka hapo, number 2 ni watu ambao hawajasomea ama hawaelewi ile kazi ambao wanafanya. So watu wanaona ni kama yani tunachezwa tu. So of course ni vitu mingi sana, but we feel, you know, we just feel played.
Yeah.
We feel
I think still kama hujapita hapo mambo kwa corruption. It's very true. You look at hii mambo ya national corporation, right?
Yeah.
Wakati tulikuwa na ile scandal ya kina Moses Kuria hii ya edible oil.
Yes.
Ilienda ikanyamaza. Kenyans kept quiet. They never saw any serious action. No one. You just hear that this money was lost and all that. And that is why you see you go on the ground. And I want to say this. And I want to speak this because there are many people who have been talking about this. Members of parliament. I want to talk about the salary of members of parliament and the issue of the CDF. You look at before the coming on of the CDF thing, you could find like schools were in pathetic, primary schools and whatever.
Bad state.
In bad state. Because you cannot go to the ministry like recently to na ile problem ya program ya GSS. Members of parliament were promised that watapatiwa pesa ikuje waende wafanye nini wajenge class za JSS directly from the ministry. But zile za ministry sisi wabunge yetu tulifanya and we are in the process of doing the work. But ile ya ministry haijakuja. So the purpose of this CDF, number 1, the CDF are in the what we call the wage bill yake. And that is why now we should also look at the between the counties and the CDF, which one is more impact is having more impact per ground than the other one. Because you like you see maybe the county ukiangalia the wage bill yao iko juu. Ukiangalia kama the CDF, it's about they are on the basis of the allowance. Ni kama a committee that comprises of 7 people. And again, your pesa, the way some other people, they say that you mismanage. There's no way, because this thing is also being controlled by the CDF board here in Nairobi. They cannot approve a project without getting, or we cannot do a project without having what we call the code list and whatever. So people should now also ask, like tuko na ile kitu inakuanga na period of public participation. You know, there is what we need to do a lot of civic education.
Yes.
So that now people should know hii CDF inakujanga. Unajua some just things that MP unakuja tu unaokota hii pesa unaenda. So it's upon the people to decide, like in this ward of mine tunataka hii project hivi na hivi na hivi. Then they also share the code list of the projects that they want to. So after the period or whatever the certain period of time, they can be able to share with this code list that was approved by the CDF board. Tuko na hii project mpitisha iko, and that is what we know. Me personally, that's what we are doing on the ground.
Na pia watu wengi unaona ni kama labda hawaelewi role ya MCA ni nini, inaanzia wapi inaishia wapi.
Yes.
The member of parliament, what is he doing? That the senator, you know, what is his role? What is the senator's role? Ndio watu pia wajue ni nani wanafaa walalamikie nini.
Yeah. So you see, like right now.
Yeah.
Tunaongea, because you see senators, they are more of the county. They are more of counties. They are those functions that have been devolved.
Yes.
And also to they are more of county oversight kind of.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Sorry.
Nakuelewa nasema yes, they are.
Yes.
So
and then we have the what you call the MCAs. Those one now they are also oversighting the county government. Is that but now and you should also get to know that we have those functions ambazo zimekuwa devolved kama agriculture, health, right? Kuna maybe the roads, kuna specific roads and whatever. But now, as the members of parliament, our work is to coordinate the functions of the national government. And the coordination of the national government, kuna zile functions kama mambo ya security, for example, the education, the education, counties, they are on the ECDs. But now the the national government or the MPs, we want to make sure that all the primary schools, they're in good condition, all secondary schools, they're in good condition. There are things to do with maybe the bursaries, to do with the vulnerable, whatever, among other functions that are being coordinated from the national government. So that is, and also apart from that, we are also there to look at the legislation part and oversighting the executive.
Yeah.
So my point, and that is what I want people to understand, that the issue of members, of parading members of parliament, and there's what you call the political parties in this country that are not helping us. You ask yourself, why the members of parliament, they are there, wewe unaenda pale ulikuwa umesha make your own independent decision, but unaenda mtu tu anafanya hivi. Uliona juzi, I was removed from a committee just because of me nikitembea na, because okay, he's my friend, I've been working na nikitembea na Sudi, right? So just because of that, but they didn't know that I'm an independent person. We can be friends, but I also have, like, when it comes to making decision, I know how to make my own decision. The same thing happens in the Azimio. Then you come on the other side. Wanakuambia usipoto on this line, you are going to be removed from these committees, right? You are going to be removed on these committees. So, unajiuliza, there's still no independence in the parliament. And that is why you should see, like, we should amend the constitution and say that political parties zisikuwe na nguvu yoyote to appoint anyone into committees. That is going to be one position. Tukuje kama juzi, you heard about hii mambo ya the tall building yenye imelonjiwa juzi pale. The Bunge Towers.
Okay.
The Bunge Towers. So you find like sisi tulienda pale, unajua mbunge ni mbunge. Hakunanga ati mbunge atuwe ni veteran, atuwe ni mbunge ni nani. Sisi wote, we are all equal, the people's representation. But now because they go and say that wale veterans wamepatiwa the offices, sisi the first timers wana subject into gambling. Wanakuambia chagua karatasi, ukipata yes, ukipata no, alafu wanakupata no. Sisi tulipaki huko kwingine. Wanatuweka kwa inaitwa lottery ama nini hiyo.
Yes, so, the lottery.
Yes,
so you're picking. Na ukikaratasi kusema no, unabaki kule.
Unabaki kule kwingine.
Not just because you're a member of parliament.
Yes.
That doesn't guarantee you an office.
Yeah. So that is what we're saying, that we should change this issue of political parties ama committees. Wewe ukikuja pale watuwekee pale makaratasi.
Sasa unaona
ama if that is, ama wende mtu as per the profession. Kama wewe mtu umesomea finance, go into the committee of finance, wachi kupeleke kule. Alafu na mambo ya chairmans isikuwe, like for example at the side, because tuko na ile side ya government iko na determine the chairman. So and then again, that is where another challenge is. Chairman anatoka on the side of the government. So again, it doesn't also give powers wewe ku oversight na ku scrutinize the real thing that is needed. So that's why if we can make this thing to be equal, wewe ukwe tu equal, like wewe tumekuchagua
kwa sababu wewe you can do the job.
You can do the job. So they have done some specific committees, like maybe PAC ndio anapatia chairman wa opposition, sijui ingine ndio gani.
Ya PAC. Ya vitu za maana.
Yani tuseme kama oversight. But committees meant to oversight all the things. So that's why I'm just trying to say that if we want to heal the problems to do with the liberating the parliament from the being an extended hand of executive, those are the things that Kenya should now look at the constitution. Now, Wambie pia president ambiwe like mambo ya, because when we had the meeting in the president, he told us members of parliament, we young parliamentarians, it was the members of parliament, kazi yenu ni kulegislate, let everybody do his job. So the moment wakileta pale pia, he should now allow members also to do their work. Wakiona like this is the right thing we don't want to do, we will, if we see, and that is why I said, usipinge kitu just because you are in the opposition.
Yeah.
Ama usisupport kitu just because you are in the government. It should be all round, independent mind. So we should bring the independency in the house. And that one now starts from that side.
How didn't you, were you offered the 2 million? The
No.
alleged 2 million?
You know mimi sasa mimi ni Gen Z.
You know Mimi, you
Mimi
know
ni Gen
Mimi.
Z. Sasa
You know
unajua.
Mimi, yes or no?
Mimi naenda na ground.
Yeah.
Sasa okay, like on that issue, I don't know because me I didn't go to the State House that particular day.
Okay.
Sawa
Watu
sawa.
waliitwa? Watu waliitwa?
Okay, waile hata very good example. Why do somebody maybe amekuwa elected as independent person? Sindio? The independent person.
Yes.
You should be independent, but you find like they have brought all the independent people that now they're singing on the side of the
Kama
government.
Karaure.
Kama kina Karaure.
Yeah.
So that is why we just want tuangalia hapo mahali pa ma committees. Yani hata opposition, wewe ukishachaguliwa kuwa mbunge, you are not responsible to your political party leader.
Yeah.
You are just there.
To serve the people.
To serve the people.
Thank
you know the vibrance in the
Yes.
parliament.
Yes.
Alafu hii mambo ya salary nataka niongelee
Ongelee
and I want to say this because I posted my salary, my payslip there.
Ukasema ati ni 2000 imebaki peke yake.
Let me tell you one thing. And I want to say this directly to those people who are trying to look at the members of parliament. You know, you can look at the member of parliament, maybe. You can look at him. Uangalie yeye. Sindio? Umwambie wewe, unafaa upate 200,000. Sindio? I'm not saying, even ukienda hata US, wata mtu anapata hata per hour, anafanya hata pesa kama hii. Sindio? I'm not saying, I want to say this not because I'm greedy or whatever, but I just want to speak from my experience that I have. Number one, you might be getting maybe, for example, 1 million. Watu walikuwa nafikiria that when you get 1 million, hiyo milioni moja una pocket pale kwa mfuko. Naelewa? The more you get, kama the higher you go, the higher the pay goes.
Okay, so you mean the higher your tax?
Yeah, the higher you get taxed.
Yeah.
And that's why you find like
So the deduction.
Ilikuwa deduction. Okay. Unapata kama deduction only KRA peke yake inaenda karibu 360k. So which means unachukua unakupatia wanachukua. Unaelewa? So that is why na wewe ukiangalia kama mbunge, wewe uko pale, wewe unakaanga pale, maybe uko hapa town. We don't stay with your people there. Mimi kwa kila weekend, kama for example, not even with weekend, wewe hata ikikuwa kwako ama ikuwa kuna shida yoyote, the first person to be called is a member of parliament. Is somebody who is so stretched. Sometimes you try to like una struggle, like watu wanasema how do you survive. Mimi nikichukua sasa kama loan, inabidi ufanye biashara, maybe uletee kwa hoteli pale. Lakini
sio ni wewe kutaka kwako.
Hata mimi nikitaka. I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to say to answer the question that how do you survive. No, nataka nikuulize sasa pale. How do you survive kwa hiyo 2k? Si ndio? Mimi ndio nasema like for example nikiwa nimeborrow the loan, see I can also try to invest, sema like hii pesa yote ninunue nyumba yote. Si ndio? Nitachukua maybe tuseme nimetafuta hao, lakini kitu kingine mbaki nafanya biashara na para maybe tuseme nawekako pale kaduka, nawekako pale kingine, and then that's how we survive.
There are too many members of parliament that we know and just politicians in general who don't, that money they did not attain it legally. Hawakuipata ki, you know, it was not legal. I don't know how the word has disappeared. But when we see them flaunting opulence, wealth, magari, sijui nini. Alafu constituents wako wako na shida kama huko kwetu mode of transport ngamia, alafu unaona mtu hapa Nairobi akona Range Rovers 3, anaishi Runda, sijui anafanya nini. Hapo ndo tunaona
kujibu kwa hiyo swali.
Lakini kuna kitu mali nataka tuende pia. So jibu hiyo.
Sasa ni kujibu hapo mahali.
Yeah.
And that is why you find like mtu anasema sisi tuko kwa serikali. Because angalia like for example if you are an MP maybe wewe umeenda okay like maybe unapatiwa kwa deals whatever and whatever. And that is why pia in a compromise the vibrancy of the parliament. And that is why we should say that if the president has a plan to do a project, right, in a specific area, there is what we call the line ministries that are there. Sindio?
Yeah.
The line ministries are there. You don't need to parade members that we have this plan and whatever. What is the work of Wallace Nani all the way from the counties down, or from the sub-county or the constituency level up there? Sasa hiyo ndio unafanya, unaona wengine sasa wanapata deals and they have to sing.
Umeona hiyo story ya governor wa Kiambu? Those are the things we see and we hear and then we question. Ukaona Kenya ilifanyika na NHIF wakasema ilikuwa ni typo. More than 360 million goes missing and they are saying that unajua hakuna pesa, hakuna hii. Alafu kuna hizo vitu zingine pia umeona. And I don't know, because you also post, I mean not lavish, you don't post a lavish lifestyle, but you're always having a good time. True or false? You are. Money on my mind. Lonely. Unajua kuna wimbo zingine pia kwa dunia.
Wacha nikwambia Amina, kitu kimoja that people doesn't understand about me.
Yeah.
You know, me, I don't know how to pretend, but I know how to balance my work. Kuwa politician, I'm a leader, pia you also have your life to live, right? So kama for example mimi nimefanya, anasema mtoto asipocheza, ati sijui kuna saying and sijui what does
Jack. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
I'm telling you, mambo ya kizungu sasa ndio hiyo.
Ongea tu Kiswahili.
So,
lakini juzi uliongea vizuri space.
Yeah, mimi mwerevu. Me, I'm a very intelligent person. I'm a very intelligent person. Nile watu wanajuangi, sometimes unaficha white.
Okay.
But the Gen Z, the young people, wants us to live like brothers. Wanapiga sherehe. Angalia revolution hii. Imeanzianga kwa mapubs hizi. Na watu wanadharau ati mlevi, atafanya nini? Okay, we are not saying that. But kuna watu wanajua kupanga kazi yao.
Kweli.
Kama sasa mimi uwezi nipata like mchana ati niko hivi ni mchana najua how to plan my work. I'm serious. Like today you go in the and I want to today I've posted something on my
We
social.
do actually. That's what I was trying to get to. In as much as yes, you do post, you living your life and enjoying your parties. I remember this was actually an individual who told me, akaniambia ametoka hiyo area yako ya Mumias East. Na akasema muona hivi ni kama anacheza ama MP wengine hawaelewi, lakini tunafanya kazi sana kule nyumbani.
Yeah, I've done a lot, by the way.
Tell me, you know, some of the projects you've done for the schools, what you've done for...
Recently, I said I talked to the about the president.
Yeah.
And at least we are moving, we are making steps going forward. Because we say that, number one, we need to get away. You know, when you are not corrupt, you will also not condone corruption, right? Because I know my limits. Sometimes in the space, you see my work. Look at it. Vitu legit, vitu smart. Na mimi mwenyewe napenda vitu mzuri. Unaona? Angalia hiyo tu, angalia cheki.
Take me through. So
you know, sometimes nikienda nyumbani natembeanga every Sunday. I just walk around Sunday just to see my projects.
So this is why we never see you trend. Because I'm always wondering, Kwat, you know, before I found out, I always used to wonder, na huyu SALASYA jamani, yani ni sherehe. And then nikaambiwa, anafanya kazi.
Yeah.
So hapa hizi ni shule
nimerenovate zote, naweka tarazo, because I don't want to do something today, then tomorrow nirudi pale. I do tarazo, like those modern toilets, because every time I get phone calls that, shule inataka kufungwa because choo zimejaa ama zimesink. So I decided to do septic ones. That now I finish it up, naweka from down, so ikijaa na mlango 10, serving both girls and ladies, so that we don't atitena vijana whatever, kuna venye tuna design.
Okay.
So that now ikijaa itakuwa tunatolewa. And so far, since I started for 2 years, we have done almost 30 something of them up to now. We're almost done with the primary, and then I start with the secondary school. Today you see I'm doing a very mega project here KMTC, and I'm planning to have a school of nursing, clinical medicine, whatever. I'm almost doing, because of the good management of the little resources that are there. That is why I say that the work, we should also look at the counties also on the wage bill. They should also reduce the wage bill so that they can be able, you see now that the kind of work that we're just doing, that is 3-story floors that is going to be completed by September. Naona kazi nafanya. Na mimi mwenyewe nakwambia nafanya kazi huko nje.
Yani, you know what, I just thought about our MP and side just generally because bado ana blame government, the previous MPs, juu alifanya nini hakufanya.
Yeah. And Amina, let me tell you, that is why we're saying that the developers of the constitution wanted, like, once as a member of parliament, if you have the CDF, you should be independent. You should not be shaken to oversee the executive, because you know at the end of the day, if the primary schools are in bad condition, you are able to fix the issues to do with the schools, educations, and whatever, without maybe seeking favor or getting like nisipoongea hii hawatakuja kujengea.
Na hivyo ndio walikuwa wanasema. So hiyo ilikuwa uongo ama ni MP wengine hawana hiyo roho? Yani they don't know why they are there. Because why is it that you being a first time MP can reason like that? Na kuna wenye ambao wamekuwa tumewaona and they don't have the same foresight. What do you mean you're scared that they will not give you money to invest in your constituency?
I think as you have just said, it's just about you and also your people, pressure from the people.
Oh, so you were getting pressure from the people?
I have to deliver. Because if I don't deliver, mambo yangu hii gelegele yangu ya mtandao hii si watafanya kitu watakuja kusalamia. Sasa lazima
ufanye job.
Nifanye sasa. Again, also I have a lot to lose. I'm still young. Like today, nikwambie, like for example, I've lost the election. Who will employ me? So I still have a long way to go, which means that I have to be committed. And that's why recently I talked to the people. And I say that these things are making Kenyans to be bitter. That President telling Kenyans that I've signed sijui whatever treaty, kwenda kufanya kazi sijui wapi, kwenda kufanya kazi ya nje sijui wapi, Germany, sijui Saudia, UAE, whatever. Young people doesn't want to hear such kind of things. These things are kuambia watu mambo ya affordable housing. People doesn't want to hear, young people doesn't want to hear, because hakuna mtu mbaya anaenda kwa shule kwenda kusema kazi ya mjengo ama kwenda kusikia whatever and whatever.
Really?
So what people want to hear, like for example in my constituency, what I've done, because women, they really voted for me. Because when I was being called names, women say that this madman, this mad boy is ours. We will vote for him because we are the people who give birth to the mad people. We are the people who give birth to disability and all that, right? So I decided that now women, I cannot leave them in my leadership. And then I decided now I've come up, they have done for them, they're producing yogurt, and they make their own money, they do carpets. They make their own money. They do liquid soaps. They make their own money. So you're trying to equip them with skills equip them with now you see your program here, CDF. That's why I've said that there is a lot that we can do as a people. So what wagopi kurikoliwa? Umesikia watu wana Do you think there's a CS who should have remained behind, or rather should be reinstated? Alikuwa anafanya kazi ya maana? Number one, let me tell you number one. You see, a country is big. You cannot run. And that's why you find like somebody like Uhuru was able to deliver. It's because he knew his weakness, maybe, for example. Right? People, because hii ni kazi kubwa. Unaelewa? Who knew their weakness? Who knew their weakness? I'm just saying. Umeanza kwanza na disclaimer. So I was trying to say that he discovered that like just like me. Mimi kuna watu ukiangalia, there is an age that I want. There's a kind of people that I can work with. They are flexible. The young people, I like working with young people. Because sababu the young people, we are able to reason together. And tuangalie tuone like hapa tunafanya hivi, tunafix hivi na kazi inatoka. Unaelewa? And then nikichagua mtu ama tuseme ni work na wale watu ambao naogopa. Naogopa ama wananiogopa. The inferiority complex. Then hawa tunapiga nao sherehe, lakini also wananijua, wataniambia hapa umekosa. Unaelewa? So there's something that lacked. If you bring somebody who is incompetent to work with, number one, ataogopa kuambia ukweli, right? anakuogopa kuambia ukweli. There's a problem that I cannot tell you. There is a problem.
For whatever reason.
For whatever reason. It's just like I met with someone in this government and say, we are running too fast. We are under pressure, but you're not seeing the results. Is it okay? We are running. We are under pressure.
Bado hujasema nani abaki.
I'm just coming to your point. I'm coming to your point. Mimi unajua sasa kama wewe utanielewa tu pole.
Tuko na dakika.
Sitakupiga yani kwa kichwa hivi. Sasa nilikuwa nasema hivi. Mtu kama nani?
Yaani tungempea time ni venye inachukua muda. Nisi atuoni. Nimekuelewa.
Sasa nilikuwa nasema hivi. Nilikuwa nasema like unaangalia lazima utoe ile kitu inaitwa inferiority complex. Ukuwe na mtu mwenye anakuambia ukweli hapa iko shida. And then you will go utakasirika. By the end of the day mimi nitakasirika. Si ndio? But I will go and look at myself and say lakini hakuwa nasema point. Hata mimi naweza kuwa na pressure, maybe umekuja kuni approach nitakukemea, nakwambia wewe bwana toka hapa bana. Lakini let's on naambia timu yangu kuna mama fulani ama kuna mtu fulani nikuwa na kitu lakini si kureact poa, let me go and call that person akuje sasa nikalishe aniongeleshe. Unaelewa? So mtu kama the previous government Uhuru aliona akaleta the technocrats. Unaelewa? Akaleta technocrats, kina Matiang'i walikuwa pale, wakina nani walikuwa pale. Sasa kwa hii cabinet yetu ya saa hii, let me just ask you. Mimi nikikaa pale na kinaisha Juma na mimi anaweza tushinda ku reason kweli vizuri. Sisemi atini okay ama wale watu ndio walikuwa pale.
Usemi kwa ubaya.
Usemi kwa ubaya. You know, one of the things that makes people bitter. Kuna watu ambao wamesoma huko nje. Si ndio? Mtu amesoma. Anasema hii kazi hii. Unaona kulikuwa na watu kama kina Professor Magoha heading the Ministry of Education. Unaelewa? Yaani mtu pia anaogopa there is kind of lakini kama wewe unani head kama Ministry of Education na mimi nimesoma kukushinda. Okay, mimi kama mbunge
unaona unadharau kidogo.
Unakuwa na madharau kidogo. Sasa naona kama kwa hii serikali hii yenye iko sahi kulikuwa na madharau kidogo.
So in short hakuna.
So in short
kuna hata mmoja.
Amesema hakuna hata mmoja.
Sasa tunasema lakini mimi nimesema.
Actually sisi tumesema. Okay, acha so by the way acha nikuulize swali. Ni kweli watu wa Azimio wamekosana? Nasikia kule juu watu wamekosana.
You know sasa hii kila mtu.
You said a long story.
Sasa hii wacha nikwambie.
Niambie.
You see even us like mtu kama mimi hivi. And that's why I gave a statement. Nikasema right now the mood that you are in, we are not in the mood of dialogue. We are in the mood of action.
Okay, so umetuelewa kwa nini so unaelewa
babu kusalimiwa. So even in the Azimio, there are those people who believe that these dialogues they are not making sense.
They are not helping.
They are not helping. Because we have been having and I said before and nikaambia like kama Kenya sama Gen Zs wange depend on the parliament that to do the oversight na wapigane walete ile finance act ya 2023. Tulipiga kelele. Si ilienda through. Na hii si ilikuwa imeenda through, lakini Gen Z wakasema hapana, lazima tufanye nini? We have to make sure that this thing imerudi chini. So that's why we're trying to say that we need the independence of the parliament. Either to dissolve the parliament leo na tuja correct where we to zibe zile loopholes. Si ndio?
We're heading nowhere.
We're heading nowhere.
Hakuna kitu tutafanya.
Sasa pale na mimi kuanzia leo nataka nitangaze hapa. Kama wewe ni mbunge na bado pia wewe unaenda pale kwa State House unaparediwa, pia wewe you have lost focus. We should be independent. Kama kuna kuwa na mradi, go to the ministry. Go and dedicate your
time there.
Explain the ministry, because you don't expect that president will be everywhere. Sijui stima ya pale chini pale kwa hiyo area yako haijaka. Sijui pale hakuna daraja pale.
So umesema lazima watu wakosane. In short.
Sasa watu wakosane, alafu tujiane pamoja, tuende pamoja kama Kenya.
Umekubaliana Gen Z kusalimia baba? Umeelewa kwa nini Gen Z wamesalimia baba? Umeshtuka?
Sasa hiyo maneno hii.
Hey.
There comes a time. There comes a time.
Yeah.
And that's why Kenyans even are looking at the next action that are going to be taken. They want to see what kind of people are going to be brought on board.
Yes.
Eh?
Once the cabinet.
Once the cabinet, because the names have to come, they'll mention, then they'll bring the names in the house, right?
Okay.
Then they are waiting to see who are those people who are going to come.
Unaona ukiweka Gen Z kweli?
I think
more young people.
Right now, unajua hii siasa yenye tunafanya, nani alinisaidia kwa siasa? Hivi.
So lazima nimrudishie.
So lazima nirudishe mkono. And that's why I also want to tell the CS who have gone home. They should stop, in fact, yani wale wenye wameenda nyumbani, what we are telling them, that we are not laughing at them. Right? But
the rest of us are.
And hakuna mambo ya kuambia ati ni wa jamii yetu. Let me just take the truth, for example. Unakuwa na CS, mimi nimekuwa na CS wa kutoka nyumbani. Si ndio? Amekuwa huko. Wa sports amekuwa huko. Lakini ukimwambia wewe for this period of time umekuwa huko, umebenefit nini watu wangu wa assist? There's no touch. So this issue of saying that we are kwenda nyumbani mtu yetu.
Yeah.
Those are the gone days.
Au kusaidiwa wewe.
Kusaidiwa. We want to see stadiums wakipromise hivi zina work. Mambo yatakwenda kufanya nini? Hapana. Watu waende nyumbani, watu wenye wako professionals, wenye watu wana professional. Unajua mimi napiga mambo yangu huko na majenzi, lakini najua kupanga kazi. Mtu anaweza kuwa na track record, lakini wewe uko pale, unaimba, unasema, una travel. Na nakwambia wewe sasa wewe kwa hii ministry yako, what new things have you brought in? Nothing. Bwana.
Yani, Ababu is like, talk to me direct, Quach. And you're absolutely right, and I love it. We want to see politicians calling one another out. Umwambie wewe umefanya kazi gani, fanya kazi yako. Kulikuwa mtu hapo ulikuwa umemslap, sijui nini ilikuwa imefanyika. I don't know if we have that clip. And it went viral, but you never really clarified.
Unajua mambo kama hiyo usicheze hiyo maneno. Wewe toka hiyo kwanza. Toka huko. Unajua we are in the process of healing.
Ulimsalimia?
Wachana maneno ya kusalimia. Usitoka hapo tafadhali. No, hiyo usicheze hiyo maneno kwa sababu we are now united. We are, because
that
you
is
see,
in the past.
Let me tell you about the past.
Okay.
Let me tell you
it
about
needed to happen. It's okay.
Let me tell you about the story about the what really exactly happened.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm a person of my mind. I'm a man who thinks independent. If I believe there is a problem somewhere, I will go for it. Like there was a controversy between me and governor of Kakamega, and I really wanted to have level 4 hospital because I have a vision to have a school of nursing in my constituency. I want to have a school of whatever. I didn't go ask for any shillings or whatever, but I just wanted a hospital, a level 4 hospital. So kwa hiyo ndio vita ilikuanga huko na NCS nini, but we have reconciled. So he has brought he has allocated resources to the level 4 hospital in my constituency. MCA, we are now working together. He's a good man. He respects me. I respect. In fact, I'm a good person. Mimi watu wanatokozanga tu, lakini mimi mwenyewe ni kijana mzuri kabisa. Na watu wananipenda. Na mimi ninapenda watu.
Na ni mtu wa furaha sana.
Na mimi ni mtu wa furaha. Unless maybe. Lakini wanajua mimi nimetoka mchokozi, lakini kama tu umenichokoza, lakini mimi ni mtu mzuri. I like mingling people with having fun with people.
All right. Okay, Kwach, you had a question?
Two things. I think one, I have agreed that Mheshimiwa was the first Gen Z and alikuwa kwanza kusalimiana. But also two, there are a couple of people who are saying things. Maybe I will not ask the political ones. I will ask the interesting ones. First of all, what game is saying, tell PK he is a good man and he will go to heaven. Huyo mrushie kitu.
By the way, let me tell you, I think on that note, let me tell you, you know, leaders, tukiwa na leaders, we should now live alone. We should come out of era whereby you are there to make money. We should be there doing that ni wakati nitatoka kwa hii dunia, kwa hii kazi ambayo nimefanya, nitaenda mbinguni.
Watu watakuombea,
watu wataniombea, nitaenda mbinguni. When you have such kind of ideologies, you will be very much committed to serving the people. Yes. And I think that is what we need to have preachers, the true preachers, to speak to the members of parliament. I think hii maneno tu ya kufanywa, yani wasome vitu, maandiko ya kuwa kiongozi mzuri, vitu kama hizo. Unaelewa? Tusikue Farao. Tukikuwa Farao tutaumia.
Wanasema hapa nje, you know, Amina, what they are saying, Tim Hesh, when the girlfriend wakikosana, amuulize, jana ulikuwa wapi? Now you know, baby, we have to start from when I was born. You have to start from when I was born because there is a background to this story.
Let me explain. This story haianzi hapa. Nitakujibu.
But my final question is, what is it that you thought about parliament ukiwa hujaingia that umeingia huko ukapata ni tofauti?
What I've just said, because number one, the independency, the vibrancy. Unaelewa? Yani, what we want is, I had a dream like we can just have a parliament that can make their own decision. But when I came into the parliament, I've noted that there are many things. If you want to be heard, you must make chaos. You must be sasa unajua mtu kama mimi nilifanya maneno ndio nijulikane, lakini usipofanya maneno wewe sasa hata bunge itaisha kama hujajulikana huko.
Also you have to do favors, you have to know certain people, or ukue bad girl kama mimi
bad girl, unasikia mimi ndio big bad girl.
I remember the first time Kwacha saw this clip where he said, Kenya Kwanza, I hope you're listening. Give me to number. What did he say? Give me to number. What did he say?
We are doomed.
Said, yes, we are doomed.
Kenya Kwanza.
That was weeks before. I think it was like 2 weeks before.
Yes.
Alafu wakaona wakasema kumbe huyu mwenda wazimu labda alikuwa anatuambia kweli, tunafikiri ana kelele.
Ya mwisho ni atuambie walikuwa wanasema nini venye waliona watu wanaingia parliament. Huko ndani Mhesh, mlikuwa mmeogopa?
Pale parliament
mliingia baridi.
Goja, pale parliament. Unajua ilikuwa kama umesikia ile ya Sodoma na Gomora. Yani
Sodoma na Gomora ni tofauti kidogo.
Sasa
Sodoma na Gomora ni kitu kingine.
Hapa sasa zile is being destroyed.
Yes.
There was nowhere. And that was the best moment. By the way, we are in the best moment to learn. I think let's I want to honor all the heroes.
Thank you so much.
Who suffered, or even their lives were taken away. But the question is, we are in the moment whereby we are learning. And I'm sure, even when the members of parliament are going to come back, they will know. I can tell you, I was there. I was there. And the good thing, what happened? It happened.
Yes.
And you see, God is very faithful.
Yes.
I can tell you.
Yes.
You know, these guys who are like struggling. We must enter that place.
Yes.
Where
You Kithini. You Kithini or you Dekini?
We must get there. And the best moment was like, but see, you are shooting what Chile movie. Yani mtu wanakipiga papa wanalala chini. Ikianguka ani I'm telling you, alafu mimi nilitaka kuje kama mama alikuwa pale.
Yes.
And let me tell you, what now really made me so happy is that there was nowhere to run.
So
there was nowhere to run.
So what are they doing?
I was mocking them. Mpika yes. Maybe at this one anijua.
So walikuwa wanakimbia tu hapo ndani. Were they trying to make it, because we were told they were going through the basement, so hata hawakuwa wanaenda huko kwa mara ya kwanza walikuwa wanakimbia.
Wengine walikuwa wanalia.
Nyinyi hata mkienda huko kwa basement. Bado wanakuja kwanza atakupatia tu hapo kwa basement.
So baridi.
Huko juu unasikia tu. Yaani unajua every day the air was like pa. Unasikia huko. Ingine unasikia huko pa. Ingine unasikia kule pa. Yaani you are like you are surrounded like this. You are there like there. You don't know where to run.
And you know they're coming for you.
The atmosphere ni black. Matia gas. Sasa uko pale,
alafu
kitu nilifurahisha sana. Kitu nilifurahisha. Ulikuwa unasema we are the government. We are the government. Alafu tunakuja unajua sasa zile tia gas ngozi zinafika mpaka pale kwa bunge. So kila mtu machozi yanamtoka na anacheka. So there was no escape route. There was no escape route.
So tear gas imefika, ndio hiyo tear gas walionja pia wao.
Yes, they had it. So kitu hiyo nilimfurahisha. Wewe umepiga yes, lakini pia ulionja tear gas. Walionja tear gas. Na hiyo nilimfurahisha sana ni kuona nani huyu anaitwa nani huyu majority. Akikimbia na kuti hivi.
Chuma.
I love that was the best moment. I think Kenya's the best.
AMINA,
you know this country, let me tell you, has a history. Kenya is a special country. Kenya is a special country. Kenya is a special country, and Kenya is loved by God. And there's no any way that God can see this country going to dogs. And that is why you see, we are walking in the dispensation. Even Baba is wondering what is not happening.
What is going on?
What is going on?
Have they now believed that no one is funding it?
Yeah, no,
okay, that's
they
good.
understood it.
So huyu alisema hii demonstration na watoto wanakula KFC wanachukua cab na wako na iPhone. Akashangaa hao watoto wa iPhone wamefika aje ndani ya parliament. Hapa shida imekuja. Yaani show tunaweza ongea na Salasya mpaka 2 hours ishe. That's crazy. Coach, do you have any questions?
No, I'm sure if I ask another question, kesho tutakuwa hapa. But
okay.
What I know, what has made me happy is at least I've known that MP Salasya was on the wrong side of the strike. Alifaa kuwa na sisi nje. He looked like he had so much fun.
Ningekuja, but now we are also fighting inside there.
Yes.
I was fighting. Sasa unajua ningekuja aingeleta. We are fighting outside.
Yes.
You should be fighting inside.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
Do you think they'll be held accountable for those who have been involved or have been reported?
Sorry?
To unaona kama wale siasa ambao wameambiwa waende nyumbani. Because that's step 1. Step 2, wenye ambao wako katika kesi za graft na corruption, tunataka pia they're brought to unaona hiyo kweli ikifanyika?
I think what we need to ask ourselves.
There's another question
because unajua kuna kitu ambayo Wakenya wanauliza. Why is it that everybody they should be sorry? I think that is the state. Kenyans are also looking. You know, like right now.
We have to finish.
Oh, we have to finish.
Yes, we do.
His story
tukiambia Mombasa.
So, nasema hao angekuwa na regret. Lakini kuthank the president kama sasa umekuwa pale pia Wakenya wanaanza kuuliza mbona mnashukuru. What maybe did you ask a package ya kutoka huko muagree ama whatever and all that. And I think what the Gen Z, you know, I read a lot of minds from them. They want a leader who is humble. You know, ni wale watoto wame na enzi za kiboko ilitoka. So lazima wapeleke pole pole. Don't run too fast ahead of them. And don't be too much behind of them. Sasa ndio that's why uliona wakati president alikuja the first time kuongea. Wakasema hapana, hujatuongelesha vizuri. Go back.
Ulituita criminals.
Ulituita criminals.
Treasonous.
So
na hakusema watu ambao waliaga hakuwachanga.
So that's why I'm saying that we are in a new era. And as leaders, we must start to understand how do we handle this generation. Ndio unaona wengine wakiona kama mimi nikipiga sherehe nao, I'm studying. Na wasoma tu.
Okay.
Na pia mimi mmoja wao.
So I like the way bado hajaijibu, but I think anasema, I think anasema bado watafikia kwa syllabus itafika kwa sababu maswali watauliza. Hiyo ndio unasema. Hesh, unfortunately we have to let you go. Thank you so much. Maswali ni mengi, bado niko na zingine lakini yani tumefanya karibia masaa mawili. Wale wageni wangu wengine hata msho wamesikia vibaya. Thank you so much. Nimeshukuru. Sasa ushaamka tu ushaenda? Kwat.
We have kuamka nayo.
Ebu DJ, let's go. Chingue buka. Nike buka.
Tupige tuanguke nayo,
Sama kwa wapi? Sasa ndio unatoka kudance kuja uanguke nayo. Sama taki kuanguka nayo.
It's your girlfriend's favorite DJ Mojo.
I thought you were talking about your girlfriend's favorite MP.
Amuka na